Hi Tacoma rowers, Dr. Mary from Tribu Physical Therapy, and if you're watching this video, you most likely have recently had me come down to the waterway to run you through a movement screen, giving you some ideas on how to improve your flexibility and your strength to row. What we went over were a series of movement tests that you could do to see how your flexibility is and how your strength is that carry over to your mechanics in the boat. Each item has either a pass or a fail, or what I also like to refer to as a green light or a red light column. If you hit the marks on any of these, awesome, you get the green light. If you weren't quite just right on some of the movements, then we give you the red light, and you have some exercises over here on this column to work towards and do with the written descriptions on the back. I also wanted to make this video for you so you could have this as a reference to watch as many times as you wanted to. Even if you get the green light on all of these things, it's still really helpful to do these as part of a regular routine to help keep you moving well and help keep you moving strong. The first movement test is the overhead squat. So we used a dowel down at the waterway, but here I just have a cloth belt, so feel free to use that if you have something like that laying around. My hands are wide and my feet are wider than my hips. And some things that we're looking for to give you the green light is that my knees are not collapsing to the inside. And from the side view, some other things that we look at is to make sure that the heels stay down on the ground and my arms are staying pointed up towards the sky. I'm keeping that belt nice and taut. So if you don't hit all of your green light items on the overhead squat, meaning that your knees collapse in, your heels come up, or your arms fall forward, try the wall squat. Here I'm just sliding up and down against a door because it's nice and smooth. If you don't have an area where you can slide up and down, try just doing a static hold, and your goal is to hold for 1 full minute. To get the green light for this next test, keep the belt taut, arms stay overhead with your butt all the way up against the wall, and try to do that without your back arching off the wall. So if the dowel overhead reach was hard for you, the thoracic sweep exercise is a really good one to help, because sometimes if we have a hard time reaching up overhead, that can mean that our upper or middle back is kind of stiff or tight. This is a really great exercise to work on that. So I've got my opposite hand holding the knee that's in front, and I'm reaching my other arm all the way back, making a nice big motion and bringing it back to the front. I'm not letting my hips shift side to side, and I'm always moving my head with my hands, so I'm watching my hand as I reach back, and then I bring it back to the front. The knee to wall exercise is a great test just to see how your ankle flexibility is. Put your foot, measuring from your big toe, about a full hand's width away from the wall, and see if you can get your knee all the way to the wall without your heel coming up. If that's hard for you to do, the exercise for that is the ankle rocker. You can put your foot up on a chair, or you can do this down on the ground. The fourth test that we went over was the forearm plank. This is a great way to gauge your core strength, but it also challenges your arm and your lower body strength as well. You want to try to keep your whole body in a nice straight line, and the great thing about this test is it also doubles as your exercise. You can modify it by putting your knees down on the ground and try to hold for 1 full minute. The final test that we went over was the kneel to stand test. Here I'm challenging my left leg. It's the first to move in front of me and the last to bring back underneath my body. The goal here to get the green light is to get 10 repetitions in a span of 30 seconds and then check your other leg. In order to get the full green light, you want to be able to stand all the way up and all the way down. Also make sure your knee doesn't collapse into the side. The exercise to work on this is the two-way lunge. So I'm keeping one foot planted and stepping my other foot to the front and then to the back, making sure that my stationary leg is not collapsing to the inside. So that is it, Tacoma rowers. Thank you so much for your time. If any of these movements at all caused you any pain in any way, and not just like a muscle soreness kind of pain, but a real kind of pain, please stop doing whatever they are. Let Dave or your coach know so they can reach out to me and we can find a good modification for you. Otherwise, I'll put my email address down here at the bottom. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Have so much fun. You all are awesome. Thank you.